Here are 3 seconds of somebody talking. To you, that's a voice. To a machine, it's measurement. Air pressure reads 16,000 times a second. 3 seconds, that's 48,000 numbers. Line them up in order and watch the whole clip collapse into a single point. Now picture every point that space could hold. Almost all of them are nothing. Reach into the emptiness, pull out one, hiss, noise nobody has ever said. Real speech doesn't spread out. It piles onto a thin manifold, and you're not the whole sheet, you're one patch of it. 3 seconds is enough to find where that patch sits. And once it's found, anything drawn from inside it sounds like you, including sentences you never said. 3 seconds, that's a voicemail. A clip from something you posted. So the whole trick, stated plainly, find the patch and then sample from it. So hold on to those 3 seconds and get closer. All a microphone does is measure air pressure 16,000 times a second. That's the whole recording, a long list of numbers, and you can stare at it forever and see nothing. So stop looking at the whole thing, take a slice, about 25 milliseconds, roughly one sound, and ask a narrower question. How much of each pitch is in here? Answer it. Drop it down beside the last, slide along, and answer again. And now the voice is a picture. It's called a spectrogram. 48,000 raw numbers have just become about 3,000. One correction, and your ears already know this one. 1,000 hertz down at the bottom is the difference between two vowels. The same 1,000 hertz up top, you can barely hear it move. So we stretch the axis the way the ear hears it. Crowded low down, generous high up. For about 20 years, the picture was voice cloning. Take my frequencies, take yours, learn a warp between them. It half worked. It needed us both reading the exact same sentence, and it always came out sounding like a robot. Because who you are was never sitting in the frequencies. It's in your timing, your breath, how hard you land on a consonant. A filter can't copy that. You have to describe the person. Here's the move that changed everything. Build a network with exactly one job. Listen to a few seconds of somebody and boil it down to a fixed list of numbers. 256 of them. Now feed it 30 seconds instead of 3. Different lengths going in, the same 256 numbers coming out. That column is your voice print. Everything the machine thinks makes you, you. And now the clever part. That network was never trained to clone anybody. It was trained on a completely different question. 2 clips, same person, yes or no. That's it. Millions of pairs and a verdict on everyone. And to get good at that, it had to start throwing things away. The words don't matter. The room doesn't matter, the noise doesn't matter. What survives is only ever who is speaking. So now every voice is a point in a shared space. Your clip lands here, mine somewhere else. Close together stops feeling. It's an angle. Point the same way, same person. Score every pair and the threshold falls out. Which is why it works on a voice it's never heard. It isn't looking you up anywhere. There is no list. It simply measures where you land on this space. Now there are 2 ingredients. Who? That column of numbers, and what? Just text. A sentence nobody's ever said in this voice. Feed both in, and notice the identity isn't sitting at the front. It's wired into every layer. Out comes a picture of speech. But a picture isn't a sound. So one more network reads it and writes pressure back. 16,000 numbers a second, and now it isn't a diagram anymore, it's audio. But here's the part worth knowing structurally. Those 3 networks never trained together and never had to. They came from 3 completely different places. Identity, from thousands of noisy speakers. The synthesizer, from clean audio recordings. The vocoder, from raw waveforms alone. No shared data, no handshake, and that is exactly why it reaches somebody it's never met. Since about 2023, there's a new trick. Chop the audio into discrete chunks from a fixed codebook, snap to the nearest one, then describe what you missed. Then describe what you still missed, and 3 passes, and there's almost nothing left over, which turns audio into a language. So cloning becomes autocomplete. Paste 3 seconds at the front and let it run. Samples landing back inside your patch. It isn't imitating you, it's finishing your sentence. Step back because everything we just built is in one pipeline. chop the sound into numbers, describe those numbers as coordinates, then either read the coordinates or write new ones. Read them and you get speech recognition, audio in, text out. Every caption you've ever switched on, every voice note that you've turned into words. Write them instead starting from text and you get synthesis, a screen reader, a sat nav, an audiobook in a voice nobody ever recorded. Keep the identity coordinates, swap the words, and you get cloning. That's how somebody banks their voice before illness takes it. And it's how a call sounds like your mother. Same machinery pointed somewhere else. Same 3 steps every time. All that changes is which end you're holding. Speech stopped being sound to a machine somewhere along the way. It just became numerical coordinates. Thanks.